If you've ever looked at the price of a professional car wash or interior detail and thought there's got to be a way to offer that without the overhead of a shop, you're not alone. But what most people don't realize is that the real opportunity isn't in a fixed location. It's in taking the service directly to the customer, which changes the whole cost structure. That specific business is mobile detailing, where you clean and restore vehicles at someone's home or office instead of renting a bay. Right now, this market is growing because more people want the convenience of not driving anywhere, especially with busy schedules and more cars on the road than ever. You can get started with a modest investment, maybe a few $100s for a pressure washer, basic chemicals, and brushes, but it does require some legwork and consistent effort to build a client list. One thing many beginners miss is that pricing and managing your time well can make or break your profit, so you need to go in with a clear plan, not just a bucket and a dream. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly how the business works, what you need to launch, how you actually make money, and the common mistakes you should watch out for. So let's start with why mobile detailing is such a strong fit for someone looking for a real, hands-on side hustle that can grow into something bigger. Mobile detailing is basically taking a full car cleaning service directly to your customer's driveway or parking lot. It matters because it solves a huge hassle. People hate driving to a shop and waiting around. You show up with your equipment, wash, polish, and protect the vehicle on the spot. You make money by charging per car, usually between $100 and $300 for a standard detail. A common mistake is underpricing your work because you're nervous to ask for fair pay. The upside is that your overhead stays low since you don't rent a brick-and-mortar location. The simple takeaway is that you're selling convenience and quality, not just a wash. Next, let's talk about why this business is such a smart move right now. People value their time more than ever, and they're willing to pay for services that come to them. That's the main reason mobile detailing has exploded in popularity over the past few years. You don't need a huge following or a fancy website to get started, just a solid service and some word of mouth. Many car owners are also keeping their vehicles longer, so they want to protect that investment with regular detailing. A pitfall to avoid is thinking you'll instantly get rich, slow, steady growth is what actually works. The benefit here is that the demand is consistent year-round in most climates, especially if you offer seasonal packages. A practical step is to check local Facebook groups and Nextdoor to see how many people are already asking for detailers. Now let's look at who actually thrives in this type of business. Mobile detailing is perfect if you enjoy working with your hands and don't mind being outdoors. You don't need a college degree or previous experience, just a willingness to learn and a good work ethic. This business works well for someone who likes controlling their own schedule and being their own boss. It's also a great fit if you're detail-oriented and take pride in making something look brand new. A realistic truth is that it can be physically demanding and you'll be on your feet for hours at a time. The upside is that you get to see instant results and happy customers every single day. A helpful insight is that patience matters more than speed when you're first learning the craft. With that in mind, let's break down what equipment and startup costs you'll actually need. If this mobile detailing opportunity sounds like something you might actually try, I have a question for you. What part of the process feels the most challenging to you right now? Is it getting the right equipment, finding customers, or just figuring out where to start? Drop your answer in the comments below so we can talk about it. Reading your thoughts helps me make better videos that actually answer your questions. While you are there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. That way you will not miss the next video where we break down another real business idea. Thanks for being here, and keep watching because we are just getting into the good stuff. You can launch a mobile detailing business for under $1,000 if you keep things simple at first. The basic tools include a pressure washer, a bucket system, quality microfiber towels, and a decent vacuum. You'll also need cleaning chemicals like car soap, wheel cleaner, and an interior protectant. A practical detail is that you don't need the most expensive pressure washer. A reliable electric model around $100 works fine. A mistake beginners make is buying a huge list of products before they even land a single client. The benefit of starting lean is that you can reinvest your profits into better gear as you grow. One simple takeaway is to focus on the essentials first: wash, wax, interior cleaning, and glass. Next, let's get into what a normal day actually looks like when you're out on a job. A typical day starts with loading your vehicle with supplies and driving to your first customer's address. You'll spend about 2 to 4 hours per car, depending on the level of service they booked. The work involves washing the exterior, cleaning the wheels, vacuuming inside, wiping down surfaces, and finishing with a wax or sealant. A practical detail is that you'll also need to manage water runoff and dispose of dirty towels properly. A realistic truth is that some days are slower, especially when weather is bad or bookings are light. The benefit of the daily grind is that each finished car is a new before and after photo you can use to market yourself. A simple step is to time yourself on a few practice cars so you know how long each service takes. Now let's talk about the very first steps you should take to actually get started. Your very first step is to clean your own car or a friend's car perfectly and take photos of the results. Then set up a simple business page on Facebook or Instagram with those photos and a clear description of your services. Next, decide on 3 packages: basic, standard, and premium, with clear prices for each. A practical detail is that you should also get a basic business license and liability insurance before you start taking paying customers. A common mistake is skipping the legal stuff and then getting shut down by a homeowners association or local code. The upside of doing it right from the beginning is that it builds trust and protects you if something goes wrong. A helpful takeaway is to start by offering discounted details to neighbors in exchange for reviews and referrals, and that foundation sets you up perfectly for the next part, how to actually get your first paying clients lined up. Alright, so you've got your gear and you're ready to go. Now the big question is, how do you actually find your first customers? This part matters because without customers, all that equipment just sits in your garage collecting dust. The simplest way to start is by targeting people you already know, friends, family, neighbors, and coworkers. Offer them a discounted first wash in exchange for an honest review and permission to take before and after photos. A common mistake is thinking you need a fancy website or ads right away, but word of mouth is way more powerful at the beginning. The upside is that once you clean one car well, that person will likely tell 3 or 4 others about you. So your first practical step is to make a list of 10 people you know and personally message them with a simple offer. Once you get those first few jobs done, you'll have the confidence and proof to start reaching a wider audience. Pricing can feel awkward when you're new, but getting it right from the start keeps you from burning out for pennies. This matters because if you charge too little, you'll hate the work, and if you charge too much too fast, you might scare people off. A good rule of thumb is to base your price on the time and effort each job takes, not on what you think someone will pay. For a basic exterior wash and interior vacuum, most beginners start around $100 to $150 for a sedan and add $20 to $30 for larger vehicles. The biggest pitfall here is quoting a flat rate without seeing the car first, because a filthy minivan can take twice as long as a clean compact car. The benefit of fair pricing is that you attract customers who respect your work and are willing to pay for quality. So before you give a quote, always ask for a few photos or do a quick walk around to estimate the condition. Once you have a solid pricing structure, you can move on to understanding how much money this business can actually bring in. If you are serious about taking this mobile detailing idea further, you do not have to figure it all out alone. Head over to www.wealthylifetribe.com for practical resources that go deeper than what I can fit in one video. We have guides, checklists, and breakdowns that can help you with the research and planning side of things. Whether you are interested in this business, AI tools, or automation, the site has something useful to kickstart your next step. It is a space built for people who want real, actionable help, not just hype or promises. You can learn at your own pace and find the motivation to keep going when things get tricky. So if you are the type of person who likes to dig in and actually build something, come check it out. I promise it is a friendly, no-pressure place to keep learning. Let's talk numbers. How much can you realistically earn with a mobile detailing business? This part matters because you need a clear picture of whether this fits your financial goals. If you're working part-time on weekends, 2 to 3 jobs per weekend at around $150 each can bring in $900 to $1,030.50 a month. Going full-time, with 4 to 5 jobs per week at an average of $200 per job, you're looking at $3,200 to $4,000 a month after expenses. A realistic truth is that you will not hit those numbers in your first month. It takes time to build a client base and refine your speed. The upside is that expenses are low once you have your initial equipment, so most of that revenue stays in your pocket. Your takeaway here is to set a simple goal. Aim for your first 1,000 a month, then double it, and keep tracking your progress. With that income potential in mind, let's look at the common mistakes that can slow you down. Every new detailer makes mistakes, but knowing the most common ones can save you time, money, and frustration. This matters because one bad job can cost you a customer and hurt your reputation before you even get started. The number one mistake is rushing through the work to fit more jobs in, which leads to missed spots and unhappy clients. Another big one is using the wrong products like dish soap on paint or household cleaners on leather, which can cause damage. A realistic pitfall is underestimating how long a job takes, so you overbook and end up stressed and late. The benefit of learning these mistakes early is that you build a reputation for reliability and quality right from the start. So slow down, test products on a small area first, and always add a buffer of 30 minutes to your time estimates. Once you avoid those early stumbles, you can focus on what really sets you apart from other detailers. There are probably other detailers in your area, so you need a way to stand out without just lowering your prices. This matters because competing on price alone is a race to the bottom that leaves everyone exhausted. The simplest way to stand out is to offer something extra that costs you little but feels valuable to the customer. For example, you could include a free tire shine, a scented air freshener, or a quick window cleaning on every basic package. A realistic truth is that most customers don't know the difference between a good detail and a great one until they see it side by side. The upside is that by consistently delivering that little extra, you create a memorable experience that people talk about. Your practical step is to pick one small bonus service and make it a standard part of every job. That kind of consistency builds trust, which naturally leads to the next big piece of the puzzle, getting repeat customers and referrals. The real growth in this business comes not from one-time customers, but from people who call you back again and again. This matters because repeat clients are cheaper to keep and more likely to send you their friends. The key is to make it easy for them to rebook. Send a quick text a few weeks after a job asking if they'd like another wash. You can also set up a simple referral program like offering a free interior wipe down for every new customer they send your way. A common mistake is assuming satisfied customers will automatically remember you, but most people need a gentle nudge. The benefit of building this system is that your calendar fills up without you having to chase new leads all the time. So start a simple spreadsheet or notes app to track each customer's name, car type, and the date you last worked on it. Once you have that rhythm going, you'll be ready to scale up and think about the next level of your detailing business. Your detailing business, your read long-form video script marketing doesn't have to be complicated or expensive when you're just starting out. The key is to stay visible so people remember you when they need a detail. Start by posting before and after photos of your work on social media every single week. You can also leave a simple flyer or business card on every car you finish, asking for a review. A common mistake is trying to run paid ads before you have a solid portfolio of happy customers. Word of mouth is your strongest tool, so always ask satisfied clients to tell their friends. Set a goal to post one photo or video each day, even if it's just a quick clip of a clean wheel. That small habit keeps your name in front of people without costing you a dime. One of the best parts about building a business like this is that you do not have to do it in a bubble. Over at www.wealthylifetribe.com, you will find other people who are exploring the same kinds of opportunities. They are asking the same questions and figuring out their next moves just like you. It is a supportive community where you can share what you are learning and get honest feedback. Whether it is about mobile detailing, automation, or finding better income streams, you will find your people there. So if you want that extra boost of momentum and camaraderie, consider subscribing to the channel and joining us on the site. It is an open invitation to learn, connect, and grow together at your own speed. I would love to see you there, and I hope you will take that step. Once you've got a few regular customers, it's time to think about moving up from basic washes. Adding services like paint correction, ceramic coating, or interior shampooing can double your average ticket. You don't need to learn everything at once. Just pick one higher value service and practice it on your own car first. Another way to grow is to offer a monthly maintenance package where clients pay a flat fee for regular washes. The trap here is trying to offer too many services too fast, which can hurt your quality. Focus on doing one premium service really well, then add another when you feel confident. Even adding a simple headlight restoration can bring in an extra $50 to $100 per job. Each new service is a stepping stone to bigger earnings without needing more customers. Let's be honest, mobile detailing isn't all sunshine and spotless paint jobs. You'll deal with weather delays, cancellations, and the occasional customer who isn't happy with the result. Your body will feel it too because you're on your feet, bending and scrubbing for hours at a time. Some days you'll drive across town for a job that takes longer than expected, cutting into your profit. A realistic truth is that you will not make great money every week, especially in the first few months. But these challenges teach you how to manage time, set boundaries, and improve your process. The trick is to plan for slow seasons by saving a little from each good week. Knowing what's coming helps you stay calm when things get tough. Not everyone is cut out for mobile detailing, and that's totally okay. If you hate working outside in heat, cold, or rain, this might not be the right fit. Also, if you're not comfortable talking to strangers and selling your service, you'll struggle to find customers. People who need a steady paycheck every single week might find the irregular income stressful. And if you don't have the patience to clean every tiny crevice, the work will feel like a chore. But if you're willing to learn and put in the effort, most of these hurdles can be overcome. Just be honest with yourself about your tolerance for physical work and variable income. It's better to know now than to waste time and money on something that doesn't suit you. Here's a straightforward plan to go from zero to your first paying customer in 1 month. Week 1, gather your basic supplies, a bucket, soap, microfiber towels, a vacuum, and a pressure washer if you can. Week 2, practice on your own car and a friend's car until you feel confident with the process. Week 3, take good photos of your work and set up a simple Facebook page or Instagram account. Week 4, offer a discounted detail to 5 neighbors or family members in exchange for honest reviews. The biggest mistake is waiting until you feel ready before you start. Just begin with what you have. By day 30, you should have at least one paid job under your belt and a few leads for next month. That first customer is proof that your business is real, and it gives you momentum to keep going. Starting a mobile detailing business isn't a get-rich-quick move, but it can change your life in small, real ways. You get to be your own boss, set your own hours, and see the direct result of your hard work. Every shiny car you hand back is a little win that builds your reputation and your confidence. The money might start slow, but as you get better and smarter, it can grow into a solid income. You don't need a fancy van or expensive equipment to begin, just a willingness to show up and do good work. The people who succeed in this business are the ones who stick with it through the slow days and the tough jobs. If you're ready to trade a few months of hustle for a skill that pays for years, this is your chance. So grab a bucket, pick a car, and take that first step today. You got everything you need to start. So now you have a real, practical framework for starting your own mobile detailing business. You know the gear you would need: how to price your services, and where to find your first customers. The next step is to decide if this is something you want to commit to and test out in your own neighborhood. If this kind of hands-on, low-cost business idea feels like a good fit for you, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more grounded, step-by-step guidance on building your income. For even more practical resources and support from a community that gets it, visit www.wealthylifetribe.com. There you will find tools, motivation, and a space to keep learning at your own pace. Thanks for sticking with me, and I will see you in the next video.